And we're back. And if you're joining us right now, we're just getting our third conversation for the morning started. And as we mentioned earlier in our show, we are highlighting some of our biggest academic achievers because, as we know, it is graduation season. And this morning, joining us in our studio, we have some of the top achievers from Wesley College. So we have with us Leilani Young, who is a valedictorian from Wesley College. We also have Jose Enamorado, who is a salutatorian. And we also have Maritza Roland, who was the third top student from Wesley. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Morning.
And congrats.
Thank you.
Let me just take a deep breath. High school is over.
God.
You did it. When she said, thank God. I can only imagine. And you guys just recently got your official grades back last week. So you're just settling into your top 3 positions, right?
Yes, Mom.
How does it feel?
Honestly, it's a relief because being at Wesley College, even the teachers are nice, but it's actually a lot of pressure to be there.
And for the rest of you?
So I was glad it over.
You glad it over?
It was fun, but then we glad it over.
Yeah.
But then it go one next step. We gotta go up further in education.
Yes, of course, of course. There is a next step ahead, but you could just sometimes take a pause and say, look what I did. And that's what we're doing this morning. You're looking back on 4 years and saying, you worked hard, clearly, Leilani, because you said, thank goodness it's over. And you were able to make this achievement. But you guys had a particularly difficult high school experience, jumping into pandemic schooling. Tell me a bit about what when you look back on your 4 years at Wesley College and getting through and coming out on top, what stands out the most for you?
I think it's that even though because of COVID, we all came together and still pulled through, so it shows that we can come over anything because COVID was a lot. So to show that we can come online, then school again, then go back online and come back to school, and we still came out like top 3.
Was it really competitive, Jose?
Miss, I'm not really say competitive. And even we know that I'm gonna come out as valedictorian. Came as a surprise. But then it was still good. But it's
It was challenging. At home, you have a lot of distraction, but then it's still unexpected. We never know.
Yeah.
But then from the beginning, I had a goal where I said I will be in the top 5, and then I never imagined I'm gonna get.
You had a goal of being in the top 5, and for the first 3 years, you were able to accomplish that.
Yes, Mom.
So you were gunning for that top spot.
Yes, Mom.
And I think I was joking with you, right? Sometimes people see top achievers and they think, all you must do is study. You don't do anything else. Is that true?
No.
So what's it really like?
I don't know, because for me, from ever since I was in school, I wasn't a person who would study a lot. Like my teacher would say, you have a test tomorrow, I would go home, relax, and when I come to school, like 5 minutes before the test, I'd open my book just to refresh my brain and take my test. I wasn't a person who did much studying.
But you paid attention in class.
Yes, Mom.
Yeah.
That makes a difference. What's your secret, Jose?
well, when I'm young, I wasn't a really bright student, but as I started Wesley College, how miracles happen, right? Somehow in first form, I become the top student, but then from there on, I just mostly pay attention in class, and then it just came to me.
What do you think changed for you when you went into high school?
Miss, I think my personality.
You just got more mature?
Yes, sir.
That's interesting. And for you?
For me, as I said, when I was in primary school, I wasn't in the top student, but in first farm, I came in first, I taught my class, and in second, it was a bit challenging because it was the second farm with the most brightest students, and it was so hard. But then I still managed to be on honor roll, and in third, I did the same.
Yeah. Now, it takes a lot of discipline. I think you can say that much. How do you cope with keeping up with the demands of schoolwork and still balancing time for everything else? Any of you play sports?
No, ma'am.
No? You do any extracurricular?
I actually, like on the weekends, I'm like a nail tech, but a junior nail tech, so on the weekends I would do people's nails. So I would have to schedule the appointments around my time for school, but I place my school time first, then people second.
So you're already starting a new business?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, good for you. And for the rest of you?
No.
Yeah.
It's not really.
But you hang out with friends?
No, mom.
How come?
Miss, I'm not really a kind of person who would socialize much.
Uh-huh.
Miss, I mostly just stay home, or time to time I go to do little jobs to earn money.
Okay.
My parents are strict, so that I don't go and socialize. I only socialize at school, and then like I don't really like to go out either.
So what was your parents' reaction when they found out you came in third?
I knew before, but then I didn't want to tell them. I want to be a surprise, but then they found out either way, and then they were happy.
Yeah.
My mom, she was so happy. I even cried.
Oh. And the other reactions, Jose, how'd the family react?
Miss, my dad was happy, but I was also shocked because I didn't know I was gonna become second place.
Yeah.
So it came to a shock to me as well.
What did your dad say to you?
Miss, he didn't really say much, but Miss, he made me happy because he even bought me a cake to celebrate.
Oh. And for you, Leilani?
When
No cake for you?
No, ma'am. When I got the role of valedictorian, the first person that I called was my dad first. And I said, Dad, guess what results are in? And he said, for true. He said, what did you get? I said, Dad, I'm valedictorian. He said, really? I said, yes, sir. He said, well, we don't want to bring home food. Then I just said nothing. Then I called my aunt, and my aunt said, Leilani, I feel like crying. I said, for what? And then I called my mom, third, because she would take it better than the others.
Oh, so you eased into, you did the toughest ones
Yes,
first.
ma'am.
Okay, okay. Now, you know, people look at your achievements and they'll say, well, you're probably just naturally bright. And you probably pass every test without trying. What do you do when you actually fail or the subject becomes hard?
Like for me, when a subject becomes hard, me and my friend, we would come together at school and we would say like, Brianna, can you help me this part, because you might understand it and I might not. So she would say yes, and then we help each other out so that we can still do good together.
Yeah. Sometimes when I have a feeling grade or I get a feeling test, I will ask my teacher for a second chance so I can redo it and see if I can get a higher grade.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I wouldn't worry much about failing grades. I am not someone who worries much about things. But once if I get a failing grade, I would just pay attention more in class.
And what were you guys majors or subjects that you studied, or
I major in business.
business?
Major academic science.
Same major in business.
Business. Okay.
And you have, well, I know you said earlier that you've already gotten a jump start with your business. Did you look at schooling as an important step to getting to that as well?
Yes, sir, because even though I do nails on the side, it isn't something that I would want to do for the rest of my life. It's my hobby, but not something I want to do as a job. So I'm furthering my education at St. John's College, where I will continue doing business and eventually, hopefully, have a business of my own.
And for you?
Me, I want to do attorney, but then I don't have any hobby right now.
Yeah. So you're doing sciences, but you want to be an attorney?
Yes, Mom.
All right. Gavin can guide the way for you. And for you?
I really don't know, but hopefully next year I would go to St. John's to do accounting, so that I could end up working as an accountant in the bank or as an accounts clerk.
You like business?
Yes, Mom.
You like math?
Yes, Mom.
Okay. You know, math can be hard for some people, right? What's your toughest subject?
I think accounting.
Okay.
For me, I'm not sure because
Or which one do you like the least?
which one I like the least. I really love art because all I know you learn something new.
Yes, for me it's literature. That's really tough.
Yeah.
But in all the rest of subject, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
And what about you guys is teachers? Like what difference did they make in you? I mean, I'm sure you have some teachers who especially were, that made a difference for you guys.
At the beginning of fourth form school year, our homeroom teacher, her name is Miss Aga, she looked at our classmates and said, guys, hopefully this year someone out of the business department becomes valedictorian. But she says because every year science takes it. So she's hoping for someone from business. But she played a huge role in me being valedictorian because she would push me to always do my best. And then there's also my English teacher, Miss Arzu. If I needed help with anything, I could always come to her and ask her for help and she would assist me.
Yeah.
Yeah, my English teacher, Mr. Ortega, she's a very nice person. If someone needs help, she will help them. She like bring out the best in people. She's like the best teacher, I would say.
Yeah.
And then when I first started, I was a very shy person. I didn't like to talk to anyone. I was so timid. But then some teachers, I remember like Miss Ramclam, she would bring out our personality more. She will.
Goodness, for me, I don't really have much to say, but some of my teachers helped me open my eye in how life would go and how it would work, so that I could grow and mature even more.
Yeah. That's such a powerful thing to experience at high school. I say, is it different for you as a male student at the school? Doing well?
I don't really know, miss, but
Like the other guys, they study as much as you do?
I don't think any male students at Wesley College study much, miss. I conclude myself in that. I don't really study much either, so. But I pay attention in class, so.
Okay. Yeah. Leilani, say what you want to say.
Is male or female?
Whichever.
I wouldn't want to say that females study more than males, but maybe males just do it in a different way than females because when you look at schoolwork and grades, females tend to worry more than the males would worry about their grades, but somehow they always do good.
Okay.
And I'm also noticing you guys' badges. I'm seeing head
Head
girl.
girl, I know, right? Proudly wearing that.
And prefect. Talk about that a little bit, becoming head girl and what that meant for you.
Becoming head girl. I wasn't actually aiming for head girl. I just wanted to be a prefect because my sister went to Wesley College and she was also a prefect, and I would look up to her and said, I hope that when I start Wesley College, I can be a prefect like her too. But turns out that I ended up with the head girl badge. But I think the head girl experience is great because if any other prefect needs help or wants to address something, they would come to me and I would take it to my teachers, and then maybe we can find a solution to the problem.
My sister was a peer helper too, but then I didn't know be a prefect. They just pick out us normal like right so, and then we had a lot of fun. The prefects, they're so.
So how do you feel? I mean, you got the most unique experience having both in-person classes and also online classes. Did you have a preference? Which one you preferred?
In class.
In class for you?
In class.
In class?
I liked both of them because at online, you can still be comfortable. Like you don't have to put on uniform every day. There's an appropriate set because it's only going to be your shoulders up showing. So I liked being comfortable, but when I was at home, I had a lot of distractions, I won't lie, because my phone was right beside me, so I was always tempted to go on TikTok or other social medias while you're at school. You don't have your devices, so you have to pay attention to your teacher. So, and in class, you're around your friends, so that made it a bonus.
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot of discipline you have to learn to do online classes, right?
So,
Because teacher isn't there to watch over you and make sure no phone, no talking. So you said you prefer in person?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Now, a lot of times when we look at our top students, there's a lot of pressure put on you from teachers, from the schools, and from parents. Did you find that?
From the teachers, it's like, oh, you're a top student, you have to set a good example to others, and like they expect that I don't want to say that they expect us to be perfect, but they really do. Like, they'll look at us and say, you're a top student. You have to set an example for other students.
Yeah. Even with the prefect, they always expect us to be perfect, and nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
And my parents, they would say to go and study, and then I don't study like that. I don't like to study.
What was the pressure you had on you, Jose?
I don't really have much pressure, but then like what Leilani said, like they expect you to be perfect, but then I don't really pressure much about that. I just usually just stay as myself, just continue on forward.
And what about like the pressure from, like, let's say inside? Because I mean, I'm hearing all three of you say that you don't necessarily study that much, but I mean, you ended up here for a reason, so you must want to do well. So like, what is it that makes you want to?
Like me, I always hold myself at a high standards. That I would say, yes, I don't study, but that doesn't mean that I want to fail or get a low grade. It just means that I don't, like, to me, when I study, I feel like I do worse on a test than if I don't study. So I maintain my grade, but just had a different way other people would do it.
Yeah.
For me, I want to be someone successful in life. That's why I try to do my best with everything I do.
For me, like, it came to a surprise to me, but since I'm in this position, I would just usually want to become someone successful and earning a place in a job where I would deserve. So.
Okay. So let's reflect on the past 4 years at Wesley College. You only get one high school experience. What are some of the memories that stand out to you the most? What are you always going to remember about your time in high school? Let's start with you, Martin.
All the times that me and my friend laugh.
Laughter?
Yeah.
Who's the funny friend? Make we shout out this morning.
My friend Jaylee and Calvin, like my two closest friends.
Okay.
Yeah. They always make me laugh. Like,
So even when you worry about school or grades, they may be the ones
when
to...
I do it there, like, no worries.
Okay.
This one.
Yeah. Leilani?
For me, I think the thing that stands out most is the prefect body, because even though we had a short time reigning as prefects, we would always have a lot of fun when we're together. Like, it would always be fun. Then there's this one person, his name is Karik. He would always hold all the memories because he would not feel to, he would always be the person taking pictures, taking videos, and you can always contact him to ask Karik, did you have that video from the event there? Then he would always send it to you. So he's very reliable when it comes to pictures and videos.
He's the one to put a smile up in our room.
Okay. And what's the memory you walk away with?
It's like how I said, I'm not someone who socialize much. I wouldn't remember anything much at Wesley College. I just look forward to the future.
Okay. So you won't remember when you see that you come in second, top two, the second student in the graduating class?
Well, Mr. would stay in Wesley College, but then with me, I don't think that would move forward with me.
Okay. All right. So tell me, what is your biggest achievement? Something you worked hard for during your high school years that will stay with you?
Well, me, this valedictorian and the head girl badge, because it really is an honor to say I can represent my school as valedictorian. Like, if someone walks up to me, I can say I was the valedictorian for Wesley College and the head girl.
You know. What's something you had to work hard for that you're going to remember?
Well, Miss, I would say I only worked hard for. Well, mostly I was only looking forward for the honor roll, but then coming in second was a surprise. But then I was glad that I came in second.
For me, the prefect, and then I not work so hard for the third place, but then I know what I remember that I upgraded my personality. Like, the teachers made me change for better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were shy.
Yes, ma'am.
You wouldn't talk on a show like this.
No.
But you look so comfortable, man. All right, so we're preparing speeches now.
Our speeches, I think all our speeches are finished.
Okay, what's the message? I mean, this is such a, I always think when I hear people give their speeches, you know, you can talk to parents, you can talk to the community, or you can talk to your fellow classmates. Who are you going to be sending your message to?
I think our classmates, because the quote that we wanted to use this year was from Michelle Obama, saying that you should stay true to yourself and don't let others distract you from your goals. And I think that is a very good message that we can give to our classes, because high school puts a lot of strain on you. There are a lot of people there who will try to distract you from your goals, but if you're a strong person, like the quote said, stay true to yourself and you won't get distracted.
My message, I'm doing the vote of thanks, so I'm just thanking all the people who played a role in making my high school.
Well, my speech isn't much. It's just to welcome everyone and try to inspire our graduates, the class of 2022, to look forward to the future and hope to be a successful person as they move on forward.
And when you look at Belize, the way it is today, as young, bright students coming out of school, what do you hope to see in the country? What do you hope to change, to be better? What do you want?
I don't know, I'm not really sure. But then, I wouldn't change anything. I would just leave it as it is.
Well, most students these days, like the fresh young minds that are coming out of high school, most of us either will go on to college or work. But I think that being young people, how we see the world going now, like you can use TikTok for an example. Most people use TikTok for their dancing videos, but we could use TikTok to promote our country beliefs to other people, because a lot of teenagers or adults, a lot of people go on TikTok. So using TikTok can be a good way as promoting our country beliefs so that other people can come and come with us.
All right.
For me, Belize, I wouldn't change anything. I love my country. Even though I don't go everywhere, I don't socialize like that. But I love it. Like,
Well, I hope you at least have some celebration planned for graduation, right?
yes, ma'am.
That'll be a bit of socialization.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, good. All right. Anybody you want to thank this morning? Because I know there's usually a lot of people who help to push you. Who do you want to say thank you to this morning?
The top 3 people that I want to say thank you to are my mother, my father, and
Say
my
their names. They're
my
just
mother-
as proud.
My mother, Grace Young, my father, Clifford Young, and my sister, Shamik Young, because from first farm to fourth farm, they were always on my side, pushing me to do my best. My sister, I would always say to myself, sometimes I feel like she's being a bit too strict on me, but she would say, you can do this. Like, she gives me the support that I need to become where I am today.
Yes, I would just mostly thank my mom, Jose Enamorado, and my mom, Bernarda Munoz, for pushing me on forward to be a successful person, even though I don't study much or interact much, but help me to move on forward. And I would like to thank my 2 friends, Rydell Martin and Elise Garbot, for being there for me in emotional times and hard times, miss.
I'd like to thank my mom, Elsa Hernandez, my dad, Robert Roland, my sister, Johnny, my brother, Joshua and Jamel, and family friend, Miss Celine Holtz, Miss Desiree Robinson, and Miss Ida.
Okay. I'm sure a lot of people are proud of you, and we're proud of you as well. It's been a challenging time for your graduating class, and you made it through and you came out on top. So we're grateful that you came in to just tell us a little bit about your experience. Congratulations. Enjoy your graduation and all the celebration that comes with it. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
You have one summer to breathe, then it's back to work.
Yep.
All right, with that, we're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back,
We'll be talking about some social media trends, so please stay tuned.